Hey guys, this is Yangzuwei here as I have the stream open in the background. My bad, this is the B bracket semifinals for the Victorious Gaming Tournament. I am joined by Gable, a not so new name apparently.
How's it going, guys? Yeah, I've been around for a while, but I'm technically a new shotcaster again, so
Well, we are certainly glad to have you back. So we are in the lobby as you can see, and it should be starting just in a moment. Hold on. All the requisite pimping of
alrighty.
my stream in the appropriate places. And we are all set. Yeah, guys, you're all on TV, so say hi. Hopefully, we have some nice viewers. It's been a good influx of
Absolutely.
viewers recently. So I think I had 50 at one on
Oh,
my
that's really
personal
good.
stream, which is pretty cool. That was like a peak though, but always fun.
For sure.
I had to get Nightbot back though because people were misbehaving.
Uh-oh.
I put him in a while ago and then I didn't worry about it because everyone was good. But then the links started showing up. I'm like, I can't click these links to check if they're good. Nightbot, take care of it. Yeah, we're in the lobby. I hear a bunch of readies, or I see a bunch of readies. So hopefully we'll be in the champion select in just a moment.
Alrighty. So are there any names that you recognize here?
Actually, you know what? I don't. I do B bracket a lot, and we have a lot of new names right now. And I'm taking a closer look at the moment. But no, I'm not seeing. Actually, I think Smoke Burned. I was just talking to him. Not. I don't think I believe I've seen him before. But I saw him in Twitch chat watching the A game. He was talking to I guess a former member of the team who had to leave partway through to a headache or something.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so I recognize Smoke Burned from Twitch chat. But no, I mean
Okay.
all these names are completely new to me for tournament, which is always cool. I mean, you like seeing the names again, people you recognize, but at the same time, new names are always fun as well.
Oh, for
Brom,
sure.
Vi, and Kale are banned out.
I'm uh I'm not too surprised to see Brahm and Kale. Those have been pretty frequent bans lately.
Absolutely.
As far as Vi goes, someone that is actually a really tough jungler. Unless you have like a Morgana to kind of counter her ulti, it's a little
Absolutely.
rough to go
Yeah,
against.
exactly. And even but yeah, I mean, Brom and Kale are just such general bans, and even Ziggs to a degree. But generally, when you see a Vi and a Lucian ban, they are targeting a player. But certainly, those are still top tier champions to be afraid of.
For
Purple as the
sure.
last ban.
And even though Lucian was nerfed a little bit in the last patch, they kind of took his Ardent Blaze and took down the AD ratios on it a little bit. That doesn't change the fact that Lucian is an extremely scary AD carry. If he has any kind of a
Absolutely.
lead, he can melt people. And there's also the Shen ban.
That
So
is an
yeah,
interesting ban.
I've that's got to be targeted. Someone must be a
Absolutely.
very frequent Shen player to
Shen
have
Vi would
that.
actually is a combo I don't think I've ever seen, but just thinking of how Shen and Vi will work together, that would be almost a pretty terrifying combination if
Oh
executed
yeah.
properly. But they're both gone, so we're certainly not going to be seeing that. And Thresh is the first pick by Free the Freak.
Well, I absolutely love Thresh. I don't know. I feel like a lot of supports kind of lose their pizzazz, so to say, late game, but Thresh is able to completely make plays, and that's just why I love him.
Yeah, he is certainly the playmaking support. Nami, champion that's been picked a lot more recently, not for any other reason other than I think people kind of forgot she was good for a bit. She's received basically no changes, and now she's being brought back a lot more. She's always good. Think she's a great champion. I have a lot of
Oh
fun with
yeah.
her.
She's one of my favorite supports. To have that I can't remember what it's called, but the slows on your auto attacks is
Yeah,
just amazing.
there's a lot of ways to play Nami. You can definitely max that ebb and flow and really poke and heal with that pretty good. And then if you're laning with a Caitlyn, you can max the E and just give her such a boost to her super long range auto attacks, and they're both very
Absolutely.
powerful. And it's gonna be currently they're hovering over the Wukong and the Nidalee, and that is locked in. I'm really interested to see where this Nidalee goes because obviously she's been reworked fairly recently, and I still haven't seen a lot of her since then. It could be mid, it could be top lane, which I would almost expect more at this point. I'm really interested to see where she goes.
Yeah, I could definitely see it as Nidalee top lane because the fact that she has Cougar form level 1 definitely gives her more of a bruiser type aspect instead of kind of being squishy and, standoffish until level 6. So possibly an AD Nidalee popping out here.
And wow, if this is an aggressive late game pick right here. Tristana and Jax locked in at the same time. That's a pretty crazy scaling in those two champions. And even Yasuo to a degree as well. Wow, a Yorick. I have not seen a Yorick in ages. I would really interesting if they locked it in with the Caitlyn too, because there's no typically the idea with Yorick is take him and then you sort of get a hyper scaling champion like Karthus, Cassiopeia if you're for your mid or your Tristana or your Vayne, your Kog'Maw or your AD. But Caitlyn is not generally considered that super high damage AD carry late game. Interesting
Yeah,
combination.
she's more of like a safe pick than anything. Kind of,
Mhm.
just poke out, try to win lane as far as that goes. But um, I'm feeling if blue team doesn't pick up the pace early game with that Caitlyn pick, the Tristana's going to start to pick it up towards the late game because that's just, what she does.
This is a Sejuani being covered over. Is a rare jungler any level.
Yeah, I don't see that very often.
It actually is locked in, so I guess Wukong. I'm going to see probably Wukong jungle with Nidalee mid, the York top, then of course Caitlyn Thresh bottom lane. Have the Sejuani jungle with the Triss Nami bot, Jax and Yasuo top and mid respectively.
Huh.
So it is likely that AP Nidalee. We were talking about the Bruiser has come out a lot more rework. Her spears don't do quite as much damage in AP form. They still hurt though. They still hurt plenty. But yeah, certainly got a bit of
Absolutely.
a nerf. But
Yeah,
interesting thing with that root.
it's a little bit harder to hit spears with her. They
Yeah,
did take down the hitbox of the spears, but yet again, that's kind of a plus because you can weave them through,
yeah, that's true.
minions.
Absolutely, it's sort of a double-edged sword, right? It's harder to hit them, maybe. Like it doesn't have as big of a hitbox, but at the same time, you can absolutely thread it through champions, through minions.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool. We are into the late period now, which means we can talk a bit about summoners, but to be honest, they're fairly standard now. We got the exhaust in the bottom lane, we got the heals from the AD carries with both teleports top lane. Certainly, it's pretty much the go-to or summoner recently for top laners. And kind of the ignites are brought from the mid laners with, of course, 10 flashes every time. And yeah,
Absolutely.
the junglers have smite. I didn't mention that. I think is even more guaranteed than 10 flashes.
I would say so, yeah. So since kind of more top laners have been running teleport recently, uh, we're definitely going to watch out for possible ganks.
Yep.
I would say more from the Jax than the Yorick. Yorick is, he's not too much of a pressure ganker, I would say.
Yeah, you're right. But it's also does sort of go two ways because certainly you would think the first couple of teleports, at least for Jax, would just be because York has harassed him down to almost nothing and he has to leave and come back. When York, on the other hand, has sustained, he can't stay in lane for a while, so if he uses the teleport, maybe it's to make a play. Though certainly if he tries for a play, it's tough to really for him to lock anyone down or something like that. But I think it'll be less required to use his teleport for sustain purposes. We may still
Yeah.
see him do that anyways to keep bullying the Jax and just keep that pressure on 100% of the time. York is not a fun laner to lane against. Certainly.
Oh no. I think it's as bad, or maybe just a little bit not as bad as Malzahar. I think that is the absolute
Yeah,
worst thing to face.
Malzahar is a terror in that mid lane. That he base damage on his E from a targeted ability is just absurd.
Yeah, and you can't stand too close to your minions because you
Oh, he'll
might get
bounce to
some.
you, absolutely.
Yeah, the only
Uh,
time I haven't been all that scared is when I was playing Karthus. So I could, just chill
yeah,
on the
that's
other
fair.
side of a
You can
map
stay a
and just
mile
queue.
away.
Yeah.
Those layways to farm it out. But
Absolutely.
yeah, Yasuo. It's interesting because pretty sure. Yeah. They picked Nidalee into a Yasuo, and Yasuo is sort of considered one of the counters to old Nidalee. I mean, it's a different Nidalee now, but she plays very similar in a lot of ways. And Yasuo and Twisted Fate were basically the two laners you picked mid to counter out the Nidalee. Only picked into that, which I think is an interesting decision.
Yeah, she must be really really confident in her skills as Nidalee. Personally, I wouldn't pick into a Yasuo
Hmm.
uh as Nidalee, but then again, comfort picks can be better than counters. So,
Absolutely. I mean, for most players, other than the top LCS players, its comfort picks are the priority. You only really need to worry about counters and top meta champions when you're all when you need every little advantage you can get. But at this point, if you're comfortable with the champion, you can play it. That is more than enough.
yeah, definitely. Now that we have the client loading up here, let's take a look at the skin battles.
Every time, of course, Headhunter Nidalee, Sheriff Caitlyn, and the new skin or the new splash art had to kill Yorick. I believe the skin is pretty much identical in game. And we have the
Oh
old
wow.
school chainmail bikini Sejuani
Oh man.
with Firefighter Tristana and High Noon Yasuo.
So we've got a 3 versus 3 as far as skins go.
Yeah,
What team would you give the edge
yeah
to?
that's it's almost hard to call Sejuani a skin because she just
Yeah.
went with the old standard Sejuani in that sense, but
All right.
obviously
So
she's very
3 versus
different
2.5.
now. Yeah, exactly. But Firefighter Tristana's always I like all five. Actually, Firefighter Tristana is technically a legendary. It's one of the really old school legendaries. Is basically now just a 950 skin or 975 skin. But
Yeah.
back when it was released, it was a legendary. And High Noon Yasuo, it's almost a really subtle skin. Like you don't notice it so much in game, but it has a nice style to it, especially that splash art. The pretty splash art.
Oh, it is. I really like the particles in game, and it looks like the game is going underway here.
Checking real quick. Everyone seems to be connected. Maybe we will actually get past 2 minutes without a pause as I pull slot for some. Don't believe it's just on a jungle this game.
That would be that would be different.
All in the audible. The no jungle or the no smite jungle Tristana. You did not see this coming.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
10
That would be
warding
a
totems. Who saw
Wow.
that coming?
I would think that the junglers have more of a possibility to pick up sweepers than anything, but
You say it occasionally that the jungler will pick up a sweeper, or sometimes a support picks up an early sweeper. But yeah, mostly it's always at least 4 warding totems. That's not surprising there. They're coming down really early though, as
30
blue
seconds
team
until
blue team has
minions
already
spawn.
used 4 of their warding totems, and they are interested. This is okay. Apparently, direct camera just there at this before. Still checking. Direct camera's not moving around too much, so for it. Not much is happening though, guys. I mean, they're all pretty much standing still. Not a lot of movement. Jax is heading
yeah,
to the top lane. This is a very passive level 1.
this is definitely.
Minions
If I was
have
on the blue
spawned.
team, I would at least try to invade just for the sole purpose of level 1 Thresh is just
Absolutely.
amazing. But yeah, very defensive start, and we
Yeah.
see Sejuani starting blue and Kong starting blue as well.
Actually, Nidalee's level 1 would be also really strong. Cougar form now being available at level 1. She has 2 spells. Just double the amount of spells anyone else has.
Absolutely.
Doesn't sound like much, but sometimes that's all it takes.
Oh wow.
They're trading already.
Like Nidalee is going AD this game.
Actually, really? Wow, yeah, she is going that. She has a Doran's Blade. I've seen this occasionally. I'm going to check her. No, you're correct. There is no ability power on this Nidalee. That is a mid lane bruiser Nidalee. I did not expect that.
I guess I can see why she was okay with picking into a Yasuo.
Yeah, certainly not reliant on landing those spears, and she can just walk past the wall. And she's just going to keep auto-attacking him and drops the Ignite already. That's a flash from Yasuo. That is some crazy aggression early.
Well, that's definitely a good trade. Ignite for a flash, I would say I would rather drop an Ignite than burn a flash. You know, the cooldown is...
Shorter cooldown, and you get the damage from the Ignite regardless if they flash or not, so it's harass that will stick for a while.
Definitely. We can take a look at Blue is definitely kind of ahead in almost all aspects. Top and mid are Blue lane's definitely pushing out more, having more CS.
Absolutely.
And bot lane Caitlyn is winning, but that's, you know, expected as far as Caitlyn.
There is a 2v2 in this middle lane. The Sejuani's taking very low, and then Yasuo goes in, and he doesn't really want to fight that without a flash. But Yorick went a really interesting build. He has a mana crystal, and I believe he went 2 mana pot, so he's completely reliant on the sustain from his kit to heal him up. It's starting to work. It meant he was really low in health early, actually. His Jax just went really aggressive, but now it's certainly turning the tides in that lane as Yorick becomes Yorick.
For sure. Now, this mid lane, oh.
Okay, Wukong it flashes in, and that could mean death for Yasuo. He's actually going to get a return kill, but that's totally worth for the blue team. They get first blood and the assist.
That was very well played by the Wukong to enter stealth and then flash in with the Nimbus Strike. That was absolutely beautifully.
Yasuo had no way to prepare for that. There are a lot of summoners, but it's 2 flashes burned for just an Ignite. So despite getting more gold, there is sort of that summoner spell cost, which could hurt them down the line. And the buffs are gone for Wukong, but gold-wise, it's like completely worth for the red team here.
For sure. And let's take a look at some builds here. We can see Yasuo going for the early Avarice Blade.
Interesting decision.
Yeah, I see a lot of people going double glove just for the, you know, more crit strike, more kind of offensive aspect.
Yeah,
but
more combat stats. You're really, if you go that item, you're relying on scaling up a bit. And Nidalee hasn't based yet. That is actually potentially a costly mistake. As you can see, she's very low. Wukong's coming to the bot lane. The exhaust drops onto Tristana, but the Death Sentence won't land, and that's going to be the end of that gang.
yeah, the exhaust definitely. Jax is putting some heavy harass onto this Yorick here. He is absolutely booming, very low on health, so I would imagine he has to back here.
Yeah, he does have teleport. He'll be back into this lane sooner rather than later. I mean, he's going to come back with a lot more mana, and that at some point, Yorick's going to really take control of this lane, I feel. As Sejuani is here, and Thresh is caught in a bubble. Even if he flashes, he's just going to be walking into a boar lady. He was currently just dueling out the Caitlyn. That's going to be a good kill pick up for the red team, as Thresh didn't even bother running summoners.
Yeah, he realized he was dead, and that was actually good choice from the Sejuani heading onto the AD carry there. So we kind of zoned her out, so she wasn't able to help out Thresh in any way.
And I mean, if you chase down the AD carry when it's a Thresh, then he just throws the lantern, and all of a sudden your target's gone. But yeah, so by going for the Caitlyn, she also sort of positioned herself down lane, so Thresh just had nowhere to go. Yeah, very well played gank indeed. Meant she didn't pick up an assist though. Makes her a little bit sad.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but
Caitlyn's getting aggressed on now. She's alone in lane, but actually Thresh had just arrived. That'll be a Dessence and a Flay under the tower. So Tristana will be going very low. I think she got the return kill on Caitlyn as she falls. This is the explosive shot passive taking her down. Well, not the passive, but the damage. I'm smart.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Jax is just constantly harassing this Yorick.
This is really not going how I thought it would go. Typically, Yorick's been that lane bully that you really can't fight, but I mean, Jax has been putting the pressure on, nullifying Yorick's sustain, and then he just keeps the damage going, and then so Sonic goes even more down. He shows up in lane to put some pressure on Yorick.
Well, as we can see here, Purple Team is up about 1.3k, and
wow. Yeah, Yorick's forced to flash out in that bottom lane as Jax is still keeping the aggression up, not afraid of this champion at all. Really can't control that lane.
Absolutely. That's why I pretty much always ban Jax. He is pain to lane against, no matter who it is.
And he's even more of a pain later in the game when he can split push and duel anyone. As Bubble just misses. Good 90 caliber net to Caitlyn. Italy gets knocked up by a good Yasuo Steel Tempest. But he doesn't follow that up with the last breath just yet.
Getting a little too close for counter here. He chooses not to ulti.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't ult there. It really looked like if he got the ult off and the ignite and maybe an auto or two, could have had that kill.
Yeah, he definitely could have. He did have ignite up as well. He could just be trying to push her out of lane, and
he's actually doing really well in this lane now. Even going the Avarice Blade, so limited combat stats picked up from him, but he's farming well, and now they're just gonna duel. Wukong is here, Nidalee's burning down, and she will fall. The Cyclone comes up from Wukong though, and that will get the return kill once again. Oh, Jax Flash, he's a little too late to land a counter-strike on the Yorick. Yorick is still really low as we switch to bot lane because Tristana's going aggressive. Yorick did survive that earlier fight. Tristana has the exhaust wear off on her, so throw the Buster Shot to knock Thresh back. The Ace in the Hole gets interrupted by a great tidal wave, but Nami is dragged onto a trap, and she will fall. Thresh flashes in to try to actually pick up the Nami kill that Caitlyn did secure. The explosive shot goes onto him. He's going to go down, and then who's going to win this? As Tristana jumps onto Caitlyn, and that was just a great fight. From both teams.
That was completely unexpected.
It really looked like blue team had that duel, and then sort of an unfortunate flash by Thresh put him in a rough spot and gave Tristana the reset on her rocket jump. As Nidalee catches out the Sejuani, and then another trap gets stepped on. I think Sejuani's going to be able to get away. Wow, those spears are hurting though. And she can jump really far. Yeah, if you get that Hunter's mark on, that Pounce's range is huge, as we saw. And with that Sheen, a lot of burst damage in that kit, so... I thought Sejuani was getting a lane, but clearly that is not the case. As Wukong finds Yasuo, no Cyclone for him. Just some harass.
Well, definitely looks like Purple Team is ahead here. Just about in every lane, actually.
Jax is continuing the pressure on Yorick. Now blue team's doing the dragon. This is going to go to them completely uncontested.
Yeah, that was really good. They don't even have a timer on it now, so...
There was no vision of it from red team. And Wukong flashes in. Oh no! The Steel Tempest knocks him up as Yasuo flashes away, so that Cyclone hits nothing. There is still a lot of pressure on this Yasuo, though. As he goes back into them, he's got his Jax backing him up, but the counter-strike will be there a little late as he goes down. Sejuani's here now, and then we're going to go bot lane as Yorick is now teleporting into the fight. And I guess that's it. Just the one kill into Yasuo. Oh, they're still pressuring Jax, though. The Hunter's Mark is on. We saw that's all Nidalee needs to get a kill, but I don't think she's going to dive that tower at this moment in time.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the best idea. I think that's an awesome change. Oh,
A tidal wave going out. Caitlyn is really low, but a good hook on Tristana stops her from throwing out the same burst. But then Caitlyn walks back in, and that's all Tristana needs. She will go down to the tower, though. And that's a shutdown, actually, as she was on a rampage.
Sadly, that went over to Thresh, but still a good pickup. That puts the Tristana at 5-2-0. She's already got Berserker Greaves, BF Sword, and Bams.
Great Aquatic Prism. Nami wards off that Cougar. And that gives Yasuo some time to beat on this tower. Got some attack speed, got some attack damage. He's gonna take that down fairly quickly. But Wukong is back in the mid, he's into the decoy. And now Yasuo is being chased down. He did get the turret. Can he escape? They're still chasing him, and now Yorick's coming down, but that with that static shiv and just even the level 1 boots, he is a fast runner. They could not keep up with him. Nidalee doesn't have boots at all. He doesn't get the free movement speed from Cougar form anymore unless she's in a bush. But she doesn't get any bonus movement speed from Cougar form because the movement speed in a bush is not unique to her Cougar form. She gets it in human form too. Yeah, actually, come to think of it, Cougar's form now is no faster than human form, other than the pounce, of course.
Huh. So they did actually switch her around quite a bit.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of just like fine-tuned changes. Like her playstyle is really similar, I feel. Like a lot of her spells, the thought behind them is much similar, but of course the Cougar level 1 and then the passive movement speed just reworked a lot when it procs. She now gets more movement speed if she's running towards an enemy when she's in a bush, or if that hunter's mark is up when she's running towards that marked champion.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a Vayne passive,
Yes.
so to say.
Yes. But only when you're in a bush or have someone marked. As Yasuo actually was going for the gank up top, but he was spotted out by a pink ward earlier, so Nidalee is here to counter. Jax is going to go in on the Yorick clone. And it's not the one you want to be fighting, but sometimes it's all you can get because fighting 2 Yoriks is scary. But now Wukong is here. He's going to throw the Cyclone, knock up Jax and the Yasuo afterwards. Yasuo is ignited. He's burning down. Jax is under the tower still, and they may not want to push them any further still. Kill picked up. It says One was in the bot lane. Tristana's going really aggressive, trying to 1v2 in this situation. Takes a big headshot from Caitlyn. And then the ace in the hole takes her even lower. The team grabs a tower in the top lane after their fight, and now Sejuani is watching Wukong and Nidalee here, but does she want to go in? She throws out the ultimate to stun them up, and now Jackson's coming back in as he flashes in with a counter-strike. That's 1v3 now. It says Sejuani's on the other side of the wall. That is unfortunate. And then she tries to Q through the wall, but it's not that big a dash.
That was unfortunate. She was locked in the other side of the wall trying to wait for the cooldowns, but she just wasn't quick enough.
Her flash was not up. She could not get back into that fight because she sort of picked it, and then it looks like Jax has signaled her back, but then she decided it was a bad idea, and then Jax was in a tough spot after he followed up his teammate. I always hate that when you can never make up your mind whether you want to fight or not.
Yeah, just stepping back and forth. Kind of undecisive.
So Nidalee going to go for the force. I think that's probably where Yorick is headed as well. Yasuo maybe going for a last whisper next. This early? Is that what he's doing? Oh, actually no, with the pickaxe is probably to the DH. No, I'm being silly.
Yeah, that's probably what's going on. Speaking of builds, I think it's a little weird. Remember how Tristana, about what, maybe 5 minutes ago, she was running on. Oh wait,
there is a fight in this middle lane. Wukong is here. Yasuo just notices it now, but way too late. All it takes is that crushing blow from Wukong.
Morharaz going down on the top lane, and what I was saying before was how Tristana went from. Here we go again, another fight.
It seems like the color commentators never get to talk at this level, but I believe you have a chance now. As Sejuani is gone. They are pushing the middle lane, but I'll give you a try to finish your point if you can.
Yeah, I'll speed it up. But she went from having Vamp Scepter, the F Sword, and actually turned it into a Bilge Water. So she's sitting on the F Sword Bilge Water, which is kind of what she's kind of going for 2 items right now.
Yeah, BF Sword, I guess, just for the big, of course, attack damage boost, and then Bilge Water has Lee active, can lock people down a little bit, and then, of course, the health sustain.
Absolutely.
Here is a Dragon thrown off by the blue team. This one was a little bit less subtle, I think, than the last one, as they sort of just walked towards it in full view of the red team. But Sejuani is really low. The tidal wave goes out, does not stop the Dragon, as that isn't picked up by the blue team. Now there's a Cyclone knocking up 3 from Wukong. Yasuo's in a tough spot as he will fall. The Buster Shot goes onto Nidalee, but that won't do enough damage as Tristana falls to the ace in the hole from Caitlyn. Nami's in a tough spot. She will flash over the wall. He will escape, but 3 kills and the Dragon picked up by the blue team, and that is now a 2.5k gold lead.
That was definitely a bad idea. They should have just tried to get vision, try to get a timer on it, and try to get the next Dragon, but they went a little too hard and gave them a huge lead. Now they're sitting 2.5k gold up. They just got mid-turret, so blue team's looking pretty healthy.
Yes, sir, as York teleports into that top lane. They actually want the gauntlet, so I said Trinity Force, and I'm clearly wrong on that. Bit more tankiness, bit more CDR, spamming those spells, as he likes to do.
Definitely. Nidalee now has the Trinity Force Chain Vest.
And then a longsword. I am curious to see where she goes with that, because I don't believe there's any items that build from a longsword and a chain vest. So a couple of different thought processes there. As Tristana has completed the Blade of the Rune King. So she went for that before finishing off the... I guess, you know, when you have 1,500 gold, hold on. As the Aqua Prison lands onto Nidalee, let me watch, because Jax and York seem to be committed to a fight. And Yasuo's completely stunned up by that Cyclone from Wukong. He's going to be dropped by Nidalee, but Sejuani is here now. But Yasuo's already dead, and Nami is fairly low on health, and then Triss is going to jump away from the ace in the hole, but Thresh is here, lands the death sentence, and then Triss knocks him back, but she was still hooked. You need to wait a second, and that's a kill for Caitlyn. I was going to say that just, you know, if you're sitting on 1550 gold, sometimes just say, let's get a BF sword, because you're not always guaranteed to have that much gold on your base, so you figure it's good to pick that up, and then you just go wherever you want to go from there.
Yeah, that's definitely true, and now that she's got the BOTRK, giving her some nice lifesteal attack, definitely turn that BF sword, instead of a Bloodthirster, she could definitely go into an Infinity Edge, which is something that's really picked up a lot on Tristana.
Yep. Now about, actually, it's closing to a 5k gold lead now for the blue team as they have continued to extend it. Wukong finds himself in a bit of an awkward spot. The Lantern is there. What a great 3-person ultimate from Sejuani as the Q doesn't actually get the knock-up, but Yasuo can do it himself as he throws off a great last breath. He will probably fall here shortly as Thresh picks up that kill, I believe. Well, he did pick up the kill. Oh, he's just right there whacking at him. I thought that may have been an ignite, but that's a double kill for Tristana. They close the gap a little bit, it's down to 3k now, but Jax is going to find himself another kill, it looks like, as he takes down York in the top lane. So 4 for 1 when you count all lanes together.
Yeah, that was beautifully played by the Sejuani there, kind of setting up on the other side there in the jungle, lining up that beautiful 3-person ulti followed up by the Yasuo ulti. That was just beautiful.
There's Tristana now 7-4. A little bit better than 5-4, but always been positive at least, right? So I did my job. I'm positive.
Yeah.
You guys suck. But yeah, so 2-8. But actually, a big part of that team fight is he did a 2-person ultimate, I believe.
Yeah, Yasuo, even if he's behind, he still puts out so much damage because he gets all critical strike chances doubled. So right now he should be closing up on possibly 80-90%.
Yeah, when you hit, I think, Static Shiv Infinity Edge, that's like 100% for Yasuo's. If they have, I think you need 5% from your Runes and Mastery. He steps on a trap as I'm taking a look at him. We all saw that, by the way. He's at 80% right now, and he does not have the... Yeah, so that will be 100% once he upgrades him. I'm sorry, Tristana's about to die. Actually, no, a good Buster Shot knocks Wukong away, and she will rocket jump away. But she'll be fine.
Absolutely, that was well played by the Tristana, grabbing the tower and getting out of there alive.
Now there's a two-man push in this bottom lane. There's no one is here to contest from red.
Team's turret has
That is
been
a free
destroyed.
turret. That says one is here now. Jax and Nami are behind her. She has her ultimate up, and there's a tidal wave as well. Maybe onto her ultimate. Probably doesn't want to use it on just Thresh, as Thresh and Caitlyn are a bit split up. And the Talisman of Ascension has been completed by Thresh. He uses that to escape, and that opens up a pathway for blue team to take a tower.
That was really well played, throwing out the double split push on bottom lane, forcing 3 members of the red team to come down. That actually let blue team pick up the mid.
Throws out that Steel Tempest, knocks up Wukong, but knocks up the ultimate as Wukong is still chasing, and then Nidalee flashes it again. I feel like Nidalee has flashed onto that Yasuo 5 times this game. She gets a double kill as she takes out Sejuani, and now York is maybe finally winning a duel. No, his ultimate expires. Jax is in tough spot because Nidalee is coming for backup. All it takes is one spear to land, and he is marched for death. He's probably just gonna get some farm at this point. Actually, not even get that. And see, oh, the Counter-Strike misses, and it's just a matter of time, I think, at this point. Both of the York, but there was no way that was happening.
Definitely. I was smarter than Nidalee not to just run into the bush there, you know.
He did dodge out the Counter-Strike, because that was up.
Definitely. Now it looks like blue team's gonna pick up top tower. That puts them at 6 towers down, opposed to the red team's 2.
Their map control right now is pretty significant, and they're 5k gold ahead now. 8 kills, and there's the last breath coming up from Yasuo. The Ignite drops as well, so he takes down York, but Nidalee gets the return kill onto him. Now there's a fight at Dragon, as blue team has picked it up. But Tristana gets Caitlyn and Thresh in response. So 3 for 1, but blue team gets the Dragon.
Yeah, they're still looking really healthy now. That was... Blue team just got their 3rd dragon, so they've got complete dragon control.
Nidalee is caught out by Tristana. She goes in. Nami is backing her up. There's the Blade of the Rune King item and the Exhaust. It doesn't seem like Nidalee's going anywhere. That's a 750 gold shutdown. You counted the Nami assist. And that gold did not go to the support this time, mainly, as Tristana is now 10-4, with one of those being a 500 gold shutdown on Nidalee.
Yeah, she is looking pretty frightening right now with the Finnish VOTRK and Infinity Edge. She's actually sitting on, 2,000 gold right now.
Yeah, she is the most total gold in the game right now, despite her team actually being almost, well, 4.5k behind, I should say. I didn't realize that could be blocked. The Threshold falls to the wind wall.
Yeah, the more you know. It was, you can block just about anything. That's why I love him and Braum.
Braum can block some crazy stuff, like Zed ultimate and Arthas ultimate. That doesn't even make sense to me, but whatever. The way it works. Yeah, so Nidalee's completed the Blade of the Rune King of her own, and now it looks like she's going for a Randuin's or Hurt. Starting to beef up as the ultimate only gets the slows onto 2, and Wukong goes directly into the backline to get a Cyclone. Yasuo is now coming in, going on to that Caitlyn. He will block out the ace in the hole with the wind wall as York is being focused hard, and Tristana takes down that kill. The York Ghost is now just going to run around for a bit, try to do as much damage as he can before that expires as Wukong falls onto Jax. Nidalee does finish off Tristana and Jax, and she is still hunting for more as Caitlyn is finishing off Nami. A good juke there by Sejuani, but she is now more, and we've seen, that's all. Oh my goodness! She got the extended pounce range and the fact that Sejuani was marked, but she didn't even need to use the Q to finish him off as she used that on Yasuo instead. A delayed quadra kill for the Nidalee, so she is going huge.
I swear, every time that you look at a champion, you kind of wonder, what are they doing? Every time, that champion just destroys. As you can see here, this Nidalee is 12-2 as AD mid Nidalee.
And certainly when she went mid, you expected the AP Nidalee, but He is doing fantastic right now.
Absolutely.
That early burst damage that she gets as soon as she picks up any Sheen item, her execute potential with that Q is just significant, and her pounce range is hard to run away from. If she can just lands a mark, that's all she needs. Her trap or her spear sets a mark on you, and at that point she gets faster from running towards you, and of course her pounce gets longer range, she does more damage from her spells. I like the way that Riot has set the interaction in that sense. You know, you need to land one of your spears, and then you sort of use that to go in aggressively. Maybe Nidalee a bit overtuned at the moment, especially early game, but I like the direction this work has headed. Mr. Ills Trollin, sure, is certainly showing it off his Nidalee skills.
Definitely, and I'm not sure if they changed something about Nidalee's Q. We can take a look at it here, but it seems to be doing a lot more damage than it used to, because when you went AD Nidalee, I mean, people would laugh.
Holy, Yasuo's just going in as he lands the last breath on Nidalee. She has a randoms though, and that's going to mean Yasuo is not doing a lot of damage. Sejuani will actually be the first casualty here, though. Everyone's knocked up by that tidal wave, and then Nidalee's just running at them, and she really is kind of scary. Nami's caught off to the side by York. He's going to keep chasing that, and that is some serious burst when she closes in on you. Going to land the 100's mark again, and that's going to mean a dead Tristana's actually Wukong finishes that one off. And this could be game right here. They are finishing off this inhibitor, and there is a 20-second death timer on Sejuani with only Yasuo and Nami to defend.
Yeah, this definitely looks like it could be it. Yasuo
Yasuo's going in, goes into Steel Tempest, he's gonna knock him on a few. He will die. York goes into the turret, but there's still a York alive for a little bit longer, and he'll help hit down this Nexus. Sejuani now alive, looking to stomp it, but not doing it. But it's game for the blue team. That Nidalee and Wukong really, I feel, did a lot of work that game.
Oh yeah, they definitely pulled their weight. So that was actually a little bit unexpected, you know. Towards the beginning of the game, purple side, or red rather, was definitely looking in the lead. Almost all of their lanes were doing exceptionally well. Jax in the top lane was doing good. Yasuo was starting to do really good, and then of course Tristana was pulling her weight. But what do you think was the fallback for blue team?
The fallback for blue team?
Or I mean, purple team, my bad.
Well, I mean, Tristana was doing great that whole time. Even when maybe the rest of her lanes were failing, she had the most gold in the game at one point. I think Nidalee probably took that over by the end when she started getting quadra kills and things like that. But, I mean, initially, Tristana was still doing very, very well, despite team sort of crumbling around her. And certainly when Tristana gets a few items and gets to the late game with her super range, super attack speed, it can be difficult to deal with. We are now headed into the final game now, guys. Pop into the room and be in this part. They're in my spectator slot. But I'll take what I can get. And so it'll be Team 5 and Team 33. Of course, the game we just watched was the second semi-final game. Now we are into the finals. The Team 54 will be headed to the bronze medal game, where they will compete for 400 extra RP. Just by getting to the semifinals, though, Team 54 guaranteed themselves 800 RP, so still not too bad. That's almost a skin.
Yeah.
About $10 value there, so for a 4th place prize, that's not too bad. And I believe it's 1,200 for the winner of 1,200, or is it 1,600? I think it's 1,600 for the winner of the 3rd place, and then
yeah, it goes 3,200, 2,400, I believe.
Yep, and then 3,200 for the top, and of course Triumphant Rise to the winner.
Absolutely, 1,600, and then 800 for 4th place. So
I cannot stream anything you post, Prosthetic Panda. It's not happening. I can't even. They're questioning whether I'm a VG streamer because I don't have VG in my name. You don't need to have VG in our name. Some people, like Sir VG Gable, opt into that.
Yeah.
But it's not mandatory. Team Dragon for finals. I don't know what that means, but cool.
I guess they have a little name for themselves.
No, stop. Someone hops out. I'm okay. There we go. I'm in spectate now. Fine. Felt out of place in one of the spots. Awkward.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I haven't played anything but an ARAM in so long. Custom lobbies look weird when I'm sitting in one of the teams.
Oh yeah, that could definitely raise some questions. I could see.
One of the teams asked me to play for them once. No, not happening. Nope.
Panda is not giving up.
Nope. Just say nope. Do it. Do it. No, I'm not doing it. I guess, I mean, okay, I have 3 monitors and you can only see one. At least I can check out what it is out of curiosity, but I'll certainly not be playing it. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. No, I'm not doing this. No, not happening. Nope.
Uh-oh.
Not too bad, but no, I don't just stream on request, alright? I'm not some... Can't just buy my stream when I please.
Now, seeing that AD in Italy really makes me want to play it. I've only ever played AP, but...
Certainly, very impressively played. Tonight.
Especially at the end there, landing the max range spear on Jax, followed up by Cougar form flash jump.
Yeah, her chase potential clearly is probably even better than the old Italy, and that's saying a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess the thing is, it's not just free movement speed. You have to, land a spear or a trap beforehand to get that bonus movement speed. Or being a bush, of course. That's not Nidalee. Nidalee always liked her bushes.
Oh, for sure. And it looks like we have the Yorick in chat here. Free the Freak is there, and he asked, "What did you guys think of my Yorick?" I actually really liked it, man. You did really well against that Jax. He is, I mean, of course, he's a tough person to lane against. You held your own, so.
Yep. Just informing, feel the freak of the VG standards. We got so many new people this tournament right now. Hopefully, we'll be able to hop in this room shortly.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Evelyn from last night is back. Cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we had an MVP interview. Completely troll. Regret doing it. But it had some pretty good Evelyn play.
Oh yeah, it happens sometimes.
No, it wasn't that bad. I'm just giving him a hard time. Yeah, hopefully, rather than later, we can get. Hopefully not that guy. That guy's level 17. Probably not who we want. Oh my goodness, apparently I have a fan. Bye! Thanks for stopping by, I guess. That.
You had a fan, huh?
Yeah. I don't know, he hopped into this room, said hi Yang, and then was probably immediately banned.
Well then.
I don't know. I'm flattered, but please, let's stick to the players in this lobby, and of course the casters. Let's just stop talking about Nidalee, okay? How about that Nidalee?
Yeah, you know what? I think we should talk more about it. We haven't really covered the Nidalee play quite enough.
Yeah, it was, what, 12-2 or something silly? I mean, that's just ridiculous. We should talk about some more.
Yeah, we definitely should. So,
sorry, it's Liz trolling. Oh, too. Just, I said Il's trolling, I don't know. put an I and an L next to each other, and yeah, just have to guess which one's which, right? They look identical.
Definitely.
It looks like we're getting closer to ready. Team is hopping on in. Ada's desperately pleading, don't. Probably means they're gonna ban Jace. That's just a
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, I would say.
Waiting on two more now. They're hopping on in the lobby. There they are. And Foiled Lobes is back. So he should be removed. Ban Foiled, please. But thanks for stopping by, Foiled. We are gonna have to ban you. Goodness. That's not. Whoa, I almost linked that YouTube video right back at them. That is not their stream. As my co-caster is this great, fantastic VG Gable, not Foiled Lobes.
Unfortunately, I cannot be Foiled Globes tonight. Is he still in the game
He's still
right
in
now?
here.
We need to get that guy out of there.
Ban Foiled, please. I'm not even joking. He is not. They're already to start the game with this guy still in here.
Oh my god.
He is not my co-caster. No. Please. Please, you can hear me pleading. Please ban him.
They just keep saying red.
I've never had this before, I have to admit. Who is in charge of this lobby? Prosthetic Panda. Please ban him.
Oh man.
I need my real co-caster in here. Sure. Guess this is my small celebrity moment. As I now have a stalker.
Oh. Okay.
How does he do this? How does he do it? He didn't get banned. He just trolled us. He left, Adrock moved into the spectator slot, and then he jumped back in. You guys gotta ban him. Please ban him. Okay, hop on in quickly. Wait.
Oh, game is full.
Are you serious? Is he coming back in? He's totally coming back. No, okay. Did you hit spectate? You gotta hit the spectate button.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Okay,
Alright, we're good.
Here we go.
We can get going. Foiled is gone. That was funny, though. I mean, I do not condone that behavior. Do not slow down our games, pretty please. Yeah.
Oh, that was.
I'm ready to go. Okay. He's not even talking in Twitch chat or anything. I don't know who that guy is.
Will always remember Foiled.
I'll always remember him. On my friends list. I need to reevaluate my friends. Oh, we're into the Champions League. That's more important than anything. As this tournament is now progressing, of course, this is the finals of B bracket.
Definitely. Having issues with champ select. Okay.
Seems we're fine for now. And wow, what do you think of the Italy ban? I don't know if the blue team made a good decision here.
Yeah, that was. We need to talk about it.
Yeah, this is what I guess. This is why you didn't want us talking about it, but it's gonna happen. That in Italy was fierce last game. It is now gone. Starner and Vi are the next two bans.
Yeah, I'm actually of course the Vi ban's coming out again. I don't see anything wrong with that ban. And also the Kale ban coming out, but Skarner with his rework, he's actually scary. I don't. I don't
Sorry.
like facing Skarner.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's a really interesting position. If he's ahead and has flash, he is like the single most terrifying thing in the game. If he's behind, like his team's behind, he's not so worrisome anymore. But certainly, I mean, you don't want to fall behind against a team with Skarner, and his ganks before the team fighting phase are terrifying. And then Jackson Ziggs are the last two bans. We saw the Ziggs ban last, I think, from the same team actually. Yeah, blue team just doesn't like Ziggs, regardless of who they're facing, or purple team at this point.
Yeah, that's also nothing wrong with that ban. Ziggs has always been just a solid champion. He's got really good sieging potential. The ultimate can be definitely devastating. So
Hmm. So Nidalee was banned, but the Wukong for Zondon got through, and he picks it up pretty immediately. As they also go with a Braum, and blue team has already locked in the Rise.
that's also a good pick. Rise is also really, really strong right now, especially if he's got teleport, being
Yep.
able to go to other lanes and they're hovering over Karma and Lucian here, so that's a pretty poke orientated lane. Karma is always going to be one of my favorite supports. Throwing out an empowered Q is just really scary.
Absolutely, the mantra. Yeah, the mantra on that Q is AOE damage is super slow and just two procs of a lot of damage. Very scary. And we'll go Lucian as well, and that's probably going to be a Lucian Karma bot lane, I would believe. As Free the Freak is going back to the Yorick. He actually did not have a super early game like Jax. He still feels comfortable in that champion, and he's going back to it. And then God of Gods 911 Tristana. So three player, or wait, no, it was the Tristana who was on the other team. Sorry, he was in the Caitlyn last time. He's going to Tristana this time. Bit of a change
Okay.
up. And please pick the Lulu.
I would love to see Lulu.
No questions, just do it.
Please.
But Nautilus being covered up, that would be an interesting pick. Of course, I mean, we talk about it's comfort picks more than anything else, but Nautilus is one that he kind of maybe went back to the bottom of the ocean. Has not seen much play. Not going to resurface just yet, but Sejuani is reappearing, as that was played against purple team, the current purple team last time. Ooh, an aggressive Annie pick. That is a mid lane Annie. That is awesome.
Yeah, Annie is. Yeah, I just love to see this mid lane. I think that's going to be awesome. Two, short girls going at it. Lulu is terrifying as far as, when she gets to 6, she is really, really tough to gank. She's got the glitter lance to slow. She can whimsy herself to get away, and she's also got the ultimate, so pretty tough to take her down.
Yeah, they're both quite short and female, though I would question your calling Lulu a girl, as she's about 400 years old.
Oh, really?
But, yes. She's just a Yordle, so she's short.
Okay.
She is quite old. And yeah, Annie is about 9, I believe. Or maybe even younger. People always say when Annie gets to adulthood, how terrifying will she be if she's already as scary as she is as a 9-year-old, so. I know my Lulu, alright? I had to step in. My apologies.
Oh,
But,
no, perfectly okay. I need to step up on my lore here.
yeah. I don't know much lore at all, honestly, but I sort of like Lulu a little bit. I have... No, never mind. Doesn't matter. Lulu's awesome. That's all you need to know. But I do have a Smurf account actually called like I only play Lulu, and I only play Lulu on it. I have been
Nice.
I have held myself up to that name. It's like level 12, so it's not one of those challenger accounts. I only play Jax or something. But
Yeah, I've got a Smurf account that is called what is it? Ezreal the Smurf, and I only play Ezreal.
good. It's always disappointing when people have accounts named after champions and then just don't play that champion.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta hold up to your name, man. Come on. Yeah, we're just about a minute into the delay now, so we can talk about summoner spells a bit. As, I mean, it's standard across the whole way. Just the only difference here is Annie took Ignite, and Lulu took Heal for the mid lane. I mean, that's pretty much what you expect from these champions. It's just, I mean, that's really the only difference. Other than that, teleports in the top lanes, heal and exhaust in the bottom lanes. Junglers have smite and 1,000 flashes.
Oh yeah. So, what do you think about top lane? How do you think Yorick is going to fare against Rise?
That is a good question. Rise doesn't have quite the same damage potential early. That the Jax did. And we saw Jax play really well against the Yorick last time. Rise does have the range. Still, Yorick can throw out those ghouls and really force a lot of damage onto Rise and heal up at the same time. Is
Definitely. And in the bot lane, purple side, we've got Tristana Braum versus the blue team's Karma Lucian. I think it's going to be pretty cool to see Braum block some of, Karma's mantrad Qs and whatnot. So seeing a Braum go through doesn't actually happen too often because he's
typically
pretty strong.
Banned often in the at least first pick, if not. But he went to the second round of picks. I mean, still not. Didn't last very long in Champions Select, certainly. But going with the Tristana, which is not a typical partner for him. I mean, he can be partnered with pretty much anyone. His specialty is keeping people safe. Tristana is someone you want to keep safe for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. She needs to be babysat in order to get to that scary state.
Yes. So I would have to suspect that blue team is going to have the... Though Braum can certainly shield out a lot of damage from that Karma. If he times his shield with the mantrad Qs especially, he can hack that. But yeah, I don't know. That should be a win for the blue team certainly, but that the scaling from Tristana and Braum pretty strong indeed.
Absolutely. And here we go on to the skin battle.
Similar skins. No Firefighter Tristana, now it's Rocket Girl. Winter Annie. And
I love
another
that
traditional
skin.
actually.
Okay.
Karma this time is now not traditional Sejuani, as it will be Bear Cavalry Sejuani.
Okay.
So not Boar Lady for this match, it's Bear Lady instead.
Alright, so I think I actually really, really like Bear Cavalry Sejuani. You don't see it too often,
It's a solid
considering
skin.
it is. Yeah, it's a really great skin.
Yeah, you don't see it because it's Sejuani, right? That's what
Right,
I
yeah.
believe that's where you were headed.
Yeah.
It's Sejuani, which is not a champion you see, so you certainly don't see skins for Sejuani that regularly.
Right. I mean, I'm not trying to brag here, but I have every skin for Zillion, so
There's a
You
few
know.
too many champions that I own every skin for, and not just all the champions with 2 skins. I don't even mean to do it. It's just you pick up a couple skins. Maybe I don't like the skin. I'll maybe pick up a different one, and all of a sudden they come up with a couple more skins that really nice. And you're like, oh crap! Now I own every skin for this champion. But I
Yeah.
proudly own every Lulu skin, and will own every Lulu skin forever.
yeah,
That's without
that's how I
question.
am with Riven. She is my favorite champion for sure. Sadly, I was on vacation when Championship Riven came out. And I'm one sad panda because I don't have that skin, and every time I see it, I cry a little bit inside. But all right, so it looks like the game is going underway here.
Rearrange the lanes.
Oh, and a pause comes out. Okay.
Pause is done. That was good. Nice fast pause, the way I like it. Well, I don't like any pauses, but sometimes you just have to accept it. Oh, where am I putting? Everywhere but where they're supposed to go.
I think it goes top jungle mid.
No, I know the order and I know where the champions are going. It's just for some reason
Welcome
my
to
brain and my
Summoner's
hands were
Rift.
not working in synchronicity there, and I was putting champions all over the darn place. What the heck?
Gotcha.
Look at Annie's start.
What? Hold on.
No, this is an AP Annie. She has ability power, I believe. Basically, she's getting the Doran's Blade because she has a 625 range, and that will give her an advantage over Lulu or auto attacks.
30
So she's
seconds
looking to
until
harass by
minions spawn.
auto attacking for the most part, and then will transition into AP Annie. And I believe going on a 7 AP, I think it's movement speed quints. That would make sense. What else? Wait, I don't know what else.
No, she's got base movement speed.
Is that her base?
And her
She
attack
has
speed
life.
is
Okay, no, she has life steal from the Dorans. I have no idea where those quints went. Maybe I'll check that out.
Minions have spawned.
Alright.
Could be.
Switch off direct camera. And oh, Yorick face checks a 4-man bush camp, and there's flashes coming out.
Blood.
And Rise picks up the kill. But what was that? 2 flashes burned for the blue team. But they do pick up the first blood.
Yeah, and everybody on the team except for Lucian got a part in that kill, so that's definitely going to help everybody else gold-wise, even though flashes were burned.
Sometimes you have to question if it's even worth it to burn flash early with whoa, this is actually going to be a Lulu top. I was pretty certain it was going to be a Lulu mid with the Rise, but it does appear you'll see the Rise mid. And he picks up a tier already with that gold. And he's just going to teleport to the mid lane.
It's a really great start. He's going to be able to start getting those stacks out right from level 1. So we could definitely see an early Scepter come out here.
Absolutely. You have to wonder how many stacks he's really going to get, though, against an Annie who's going to look to be aggressive. But certainly, I mean, he will be casting as many spells as he can.
Definitely.
So Lucian's level 2 in the bottom lane already. Only level 2 so far. As Tristana levels up. Ooh, starting off to a good start, of course. The range advantage is a big one to deal with the Yorick, but it only lasts so long until Yorick really just starts spamming spells endlessly.
Yeah, he does
Wukong
get to
is
that
making a
point.
move. Yeah, Yorick is going aggressive here because he has Wukong in his back pocket. He's being taken very low, and Lulu gets the kill without even having to ignite. She has heal as we check out the bottom lane because they are going aggressive. Karma threw down the Mantrid Q, took down some damage, and Lulu got out burning flash, but not heal.
Huh.
So another kill picked up for the blue team. And it's Lulu just outplaying that lane. Yorick went a bit too aggressive. Wukong was coming, but did not arrive in time. And Yorick is really a squishy champion early. He is not someone with a ton of base tankiness.
Yeah, you kind of have to play safe and build up to that point. You know, unlike, for example, Shyvana or Renekton that have more of a tanky aspect.
Yorick does get pretty hard to kill late game. I mean, first of all, you have to kill him twice sometimes, and then he attempts to build tanky, and in combination with the sustain will make him a tough target. But at the moment, we saw Lulu had no trouble dispatching him. He overstepped himself a little bit, and now Tristana's taking a lot of damage as she's forced to rocket jump away. The exhaust comes out onto Lucian. And Tristana goes down even lower. She has to burn the heal as Lucian flashes, and he's still going! But doesn't take her down. The heal has to come out as he was tower diving. And no kills in that lane, but plenty of summoners burned. And Yorick went mid lane to deal with Rise, but he is 2 levels behind Rise.
Wow, this is...
They pull a lane swap, but so far it's not looking great. Though Rise is pretty much out of mana, as his tier is still taking its time to stack up, of course. It's a very early game tier.
Of course, yeah.
Armor takes a couple of tower hits there. Lulu keeping the harass on the Annie. Fairly good job. Annie just walked up to, she didn't buy first, so she only has the Doran's Blade to Lulu's double Doran. typically in conjunction with 3 Doran's rings and the themes on Holy Grail. So as an avid Lulu player, I am really interested to see where she goes with this one. Definitely jumping in, trying to get the Dragon Steel as Red had started that up. Wukong zoning the team as Karma picks up the Dragon. 2 junglers next to it. No one gets it. Actually, Wukong had zoned the team. He was a jungler. I said he was zoning the team. It just didn't occur to me he was the junglers. Tristan and Wukong are now dead. Shazwani has fallen. She did go for the steal. Lulu gets a triple kill with the Vamp Scepter. Okay, I mean, probably more the AP she has, but also with the Vamp Scepter.
Yeah, we can.
Big fight for the blue team. Lucian throwing out that culling. I think he's trying to stop Annie's back, but I don't believe the range was quite long enough, as Annie did safely return to base. And that's an AK goldie for the blue team. As Lulu is getting huge. Oops. Yes.
As of right now, Purple is just trying to take down the minions, push the lanes out a little bit so they have some breathing room, but
Yes.
it is looking a little grim for him.
Yes, sir. Blue team's asking team speak. I'm gonna pop that in real quick. You take over play-by-play.
Yeah.
Oh, it's done. Never mind. I went looking for the play-by-play button and hit the wrong button and completely dropped the channel, so I'm the worst.
It's all good.
That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted this address. Post right here. Because Tristan's gonna die in the bottom lane, it looks like. Actually getting out with just a sliver of health. As Braum showed up to discourage Lucian from going any further with that trade. And now Annie is going really aggressive onto Lulu as she gets a stun Tibbers. But Lulu's got the wild growth and then walks back into the Wukong who still had Cyclone up. Better decisions have been made before as Braum is blocking out most of that culling from Lucian. That's certainly something you see a lot when you throw out the culling of Lucian against the Braum. You find it doesn't do a lot of damage. But he's still getting aggressed on it. So Wani gets the slow and that red buff will tick him down.
Dude.
Oh, Rise popping Desperate Power, gets that movement speed and going hard onto Wukong as he's flashing away. Annie takes a bit of damage as well. And now Sijuan's going over the wall. He doesn't have the ultimate, so I don't know what more is coming of that. Rise is still taking the tower. That is that.
It is getting a little hectic right now. But,
Lulu has sold the Vamp Scepter, the 3 Doran's rings, and picked up a Death Cap.
okay.
I'm a
Alright.
bit disappointed because I wanted to see her build something with the Vamp Scepter. But this is probably the better route.
I was excited, yeah. I wanted to see what was going to happen, you know. Who knows? BOTRK, you know, Lulu. Why not?
Well, yeah, play the Rune King with a Wit's End or something. It's something you see a few Lulus do. As York is fighting Lucian, but he has Karma and Lulu backing him up. A couple of supports there. He's gonna be tough to kill. Lucian Arden places the Ghoul in front of him. Probably not the intended target, but it's what he got. Now they're just shoving this mid lane up a bit. Trying to get some tower damage down. Lulu's gonna tank it and finish that off.
Looks like this
Karma
is...
putting a lot of her ass down.
Yeah, insane poke coming out from blue team here. Karma and Lulu.
Cullen's gonna come out now, but Wukong is sneaking in, and he has his Cyclone. Only gets Lulu, though, but she dies before the Wild Growth goes out. And then actually does get this 20 in the end, but he's gonna get stunned up. And this is a 4v5 now, though, as Lulu died. I mean, actually, Rise isn't even there, so this is a 5v3, as says Wani is now caught out. Rise is coming in from behind, but will he be able to get much? There are low health bars on the red team. As they go even lower, Karma lands more poke, and he's gonna die to Lucy, and now Rise is gonna do some work. He's Buster shot away. But he is looking for more, flashing him with a Desperate Power. Lucy picks up a kill, Rise gets Braum, and now he's chasing Wukong down. I believe Wukong's... Oh, fakes the decoy. That's the real one, though. Oh, the great Wukong juke. He's still in hot water, though, as Rise is not giving up the chase. Karma's coming to cut him off, and I think Wukong's still dead, but we have to give him credit
Yeah,
for the
he's
great
got
decoy.
caught
He's
up.
doing it
Oh,
again!
he's going for it.
Not gonna get away that time. The unfortunate auto attack onto Rise brought him out of the stealth a bit too soon. Full credits on Don. Full credit there. As Annie, wow, takes one too many steps towards the enemy team, and she does not last very long.
You're going for the split push in bot lane.
He teleported in there straight from base. He wants this turret desperately. You can see teleport is a full cooldown, so he just used it. He wants this turret. Probably gonna get it too, as no one's really responding to it. But it could mean, of course, the mid lane inhibitor turret for blue team. May not be the best trade the world has ever seen, but something. Now Lucian is here, and York's is gonna flash right onto him. Lucian's gonna back off, throw that culling out. Blocked up by a few ghouls, but Lucian has so much damage with that Infinity Edge. And York has no armor. Now Wukong went in with the Cyclone, a great ultimate stunning 3 from Sejuani as Chris is taken very low. The Buster Shot keeps just on at a distance, or keeps Sejuani at a distance. Now Wukong's really low as Lulu flashes and hits the Glitter Lance, gets the auto, but stunned up by Annie. Sejuani finishes up the kill. Annie is now maybe in a bit of hot water as that root from Karma will keep her in place. Bomb jumps in. It's just one more Glitter Lance from Lulu, but she doesn't have the mana. And Bomb escapes. Now York's coming with home guard. Sejuani probably will fall here. The explosive shot is ticking. Actually, she will get away. The double giant belt build from Sejuani, certainly helping her out there.
Absolutely. I mean, she needs one for herself and the bear. We can't forget about the bear here.
Rise now has the Void Staff to go with his 2 stacking items of Rod of the Ages, and the current Archangel Staff, really close to Saracen Brace, only needs about 24 more mana. And that is a fully stacked Rod of Ages, so he is really hitting a power spike soon. He is pretty close to a power spike already, 7, 3, and 10. This whole game is a power spike for him now, but this is actually going to be a dragon pick for the red team.
Slain the dragon.
10k gold deficit still for the red team, but that they needed that dragon desperately.
Absolutely. They need to absolutely take everything they can, trying to jungle, push out lanes as much as they can, and trying to creep in dragons. Haven't seen any kind of Baron call so far from the blue team. It looks like they're just interested in pushing lanes and going for the win.
Yeah, Rise slowed up a bit by the York, but then he just turns around and throws spells on top of York. York suddenly less interested in that fight. As Blue had just shoved up the middle and taken this inhibitor down, Lulu actually gets caught out by the Cyclone from Wukong. He's very low, but he gets out. The Glacial Fissure knocks him only Karma, but it does zone Lucian out from Sejuani, and she is forced to jump over the wall. Karma's dead for sure. It's just not if it's that one up. That gives it the reset on the rocket jump, and Braum flashing with the Winter's Bite. Only one more auto attack to get the stun. Flashes in, auto attacks a minion, and then Sejuani gonna be the one to sacrifice for Lucy. But she has flash actually, so a good save on her teammate, and gets away. But I think red team is gonna get a turret here, as Naya's gonna use Tibbers to tank for a bit. Tibbers won't last very long. Now she's gonna have to tank. And Tristana is actually gonna fall to Lucian as he gets a solid crit in there with an Infinity Edge. He's 5-0 and 10 now. Braum is turning around and says Wani. Hopefully a couple more auto attacks to get the Braum stun, but he is really low. And Lucian is with her. Now Yorick is here. And this is just constant fighting. It's really not stopping. And oh, Lulu's here too, so we're gonna see more fighting. No, it doesn't look like it actually. That is the end. Oh goodness.
Alright, it's like Lucian's gonna go ahead and grab blue buff, which is nice, you know, take away anything you can from the red team here. And
Yes, sir. Now I have to fight those super minions as the inhibitor has fallen. Lulu gonna pick up red buff. Certainly not a bad pickup for her. She likes auto attacking with that Pix passive. Probably better on Lulu than a Rise. Maybe not the top choices in the world. Up by that red buff. Maybe you prefer it on a Lucian, for instance. Karma finds Rom. He wants this fight. She gets
Battle
the root,
of the
but
supports.
yeah, Rise and Lulu are also coming in, and that will readjust this fight. But Red will run away. Wukong is in this bush, though, and he's looking to get the Cyclone right on Rise as he flashes in, gets a 3-man Cyclone, a great pickup. But Sejuani counters by stunning up the entire backline. Rise will be the first casualty as he just throws out a lot of damage. But goes down first. Now, Tristana once again jumping into the team. Will not be punished for that, as those are some low health bars. Blue team Wukong gets the decoy up, goes back in. Another little bit of damage, and now Lucian is here. And he will probably be able to close some damage. That's an aggressive flash to get Tristana first. And now he's behind the blue team, or red team, as they are surrounded. York will be the next kill. He's going to go into Ghost. This is going to try to ignore that as best as he can. As he now has a triple kill. A Quadra potentially coming up here. Wukong with another juke, but I mean, he had the red buff, so that kind of gave him away a bit. That was a Lucian Quadra kill. Only Annie alive. Super minions are pushing in the middle. And there's the culling to clear this wave instantly, and they're going to start looking to put some damage onto these Nexus turrets. Someone's up in 4 seconds though, and that's a lot of damage from Annie. Lucian, no MR to go with this build, and Annie's going to look to finish that off. Lucian saw what Annie was intending and dashed away. But Sejuani goes down, and now Tristana is chasing Karma. Gets slowed, and that will probably be the end of that. But Yorick is teleported behind Lucian. We can never catch a break here. He's going to flash over the wall. You might just get this kill. The slow lands. The damage goes out. There's a shutdown. Now Rise finds Annie, and he's going to take her down, or Karma will. With that mantra Q, Yorick is going low, but Wukong is here with the Cyclone back up. Rise will be the first casualty. Karma will be the second. And I think we're done. Lulu is coming in, but there's 4 people she'll have to fight. Are you serious, Lulu? What are you doing? You're crazy! Gets the Glitter Lance onto Tristana. I think we're done. I think you can talk.
Oh god, that was... It's constant fighting, and it looks like they could be warding up for Baron here. This should actually be a pretty
3 dead for the blue team. Lucian's up in 3, but it'll take some time to get there. They have guarded this out. Annie is not there. She has home guards, though, so just get in quickly. Lulu's here. She's going to throw out the Glitter Lance to try to get some poke down. Sejuani throws the ultimate and stuns up to the Glacial Fissure, knocking up only Lulu. As she is just sitting in the back, throwing out the damage. York's going to be taken very low. Sejuani's just trying to hit on this and go for the smite contest. Wukong's smite is superior as Lulu finally goes down. Now Sejuani's caught between 3 people, but apparently Rise is in the background, taking down York. Lucian is here now, throws out the culling, gets blocked by the big shield of Rom. But he still has damage in his auto attacks. Rise picks up a double kill before giving up his own life. And he is doing so much damage to Lucian as he goes too deep. Now it's Karma and Annie left. Karma says, why not fight this? But can't she catch it? Annie's really low, but Annie we've seen do a lot of damage as she has picked up a triple kill already. Oh my goodness. 4-4-4. Red team picked up the Baron though, and it's 9k the gold lead for blue team now. So red team closing it up just a little bit. Whew.
Absolutely, yeah. I was pretty surprised by the Annie plays. She was able to close up a couple people there with her ulti. And Tibbers doesn't play around at all. She's now sitting at 11-7-8 with Roa and Rabadons, and she just picked up Void Staff, so she should be doing even more damage.
Yeah, we saw Liz Troll in 0-2 go really big on Italy last game, but it took him a bit to get really into this one as he had a really rough start. But right now, 11-7-8, you are correct. Starting to do some work on that Annie with that Rod of Age's first build. Now she has the damage with a Death Cap and a Void Staff. He may be caught out here. Sejuani's going really aggressive. Only gets Annie in the stun, but Rise is here. Sejuani's already really low. And she does not have much MR to deal with that Annie. Rise goes too deep. The Glacial Fissure actually just misses him, but knocks up Lucian. Lucian picks up the first kill with culling. Sejuani and Lulu then fall to Tristana, who jumps in really aggressively. But there's the Tibbers coming out really late. Oh, taking down. Oh, goodness. Annie again The late Tibber is really catching people off guard in these fights as she holds on to it until she's on top of Lulu or Lucian or someone important like a Rise as well. Oh, wow.
Slain the dragon.
Red team now only a 7k gold deficit, and 7k sounds like a lot, but it was 10 or 11 earlier, so they are closing the gap.
Yeah, this is actually looking pretty promising. That was not so good of an initiation by Sejuani. Possibly got a little excited there and tried grabbing somebody out, but only really stunned one person with their ulti, and Tristana was sitting on the other side in blue. So
Yeah, tight quarters like that to just set you up for a great Cyclone and Glacial Fissure. I mean, that's just a lot of area of effect CC that you're setting yourself up for, trying to run through that small little crevice, that jungle. Ooh, we're gonna stop the base of Yorick. But all that's gonna come of that. A good little lance, but that's not doing much damage anymore, actually. Oh, Wukong flashes Cyclones, Lucian and Rise. Those are the targets he wants. Annie is chasing down, has a stun up. There's the Tibbers. That is a dead Rise. Actually, no, Tibbers doesn't even use. I was trying to predict the future there, and I was wrong. And then Lulu's the second kill. And Red Team is back in control with 2 people down for Blue Team. And they're, keep in mind, they're behind in gold.
wow, that was really, really well played by the Wukong. I thought it could have been a mistake, but he grabbed 2 people with his Cyclone and completely locking up the Rise as well as the ulti from Braum coming in. So that was actually really well played.
It looked like he was going kind of crazy, but I mean, Lucian and Rise together just taking maybe one step too far forward with the tank line not, you know, in the immediate vicinity, and that opened up to a great 2-man knockup on the important targets.
Absolutely. And now Red Team is only 4k behind. They are indeed closing that deficit.
This is closing quickly too at this point. They are winning every team fight for the past 5 or 6 minutes. There's been a few fights in that time period. Blue team still has the inhibitor turret in the middle down, and it looks like that's where they want to contest next. Bit of a shove up there, though. Lulu's in a completely different area code. You don't have to wait for her to show up. Gonna back off and go buy some items.
And it looks like
Lucian's picking up a Mercurial Scimitar eventually. I haven't seen that item enough, but I really like it. And especially against someone like an Annie who will stun you with a giant bear. Cleansing that stun will be very, very useful and gives you a ton of movement speed to run away.
yeah, that is a great item to pick up, especially with the team they're facing here.
Annie with the flash, elimination of Lulu. Sejuani tries to reinitiate, but that is a bit too late, as Lulu didn't even ult. 2 more kills picked up as Rise and Sejuani follow Lulu to the grave, which Yorick knows a thing or two about. He still has his ultimate up. He's probably just going to walk up, throw this down. He's not even going to ult. He's going to tank the tower to his own grave. Mercurial Scimitar popped at an awkward time by Lucian. Or no, sorry, it's the QSS now, so it doesn't even get movement speed from that, as the Blade of the Rune can come out. But the Ghost Blade is going to have a lot of movement speed, but that's not helping him, as Triss is going into a great exhaust from Karma. Means Triss loses that duel. Annie and Braum are still up, though. This inhibitor is going down. Not the best trade in the end for Red Team, as it was looking really good, then Yorick just kind of died to the tower. Tristana overestimated her damage through exhaust, but 4-3 in favor of the Red Team still, and they pick up an inhibitor tower and an inhibitor. And they still don't have a gold lead, but it's getting closer every minute.
Yeah, they're only, what is that, about 2.5 under the blue team right now, so they're definitely, it's, honestly, it looks like it's in the favor of Red Team now. They've been winning every team fight, despite the Yorick being a little too ballsy there.
Yeah,
And,
that was. I thought he was gonna, tank it up, sacrifice for his team, then throw out the ultimate maybe on himself to, come back and tank some more. But no, he just died to it. Actually, he was That was
when
good
he
enough for
got
him.
to about 100 health, I was like, all right, York, pop that. And then he just, died to turret, but, it happens.
And Baron is back up now, and Red, at least Annie and Braum are already moving towards it to set up some vision. Annie's stepping on the ward, though, a bit deep, as Lulu can be caught out here. That won't happen just yet. But she was caught out last time by a great Annie flash. So she has to be wary of that now. She has Azania's Hourglass, she has her Wild Growth, but she got neither of those off as she was blown up through the stun. Now Red Team's coming up behind as Blue is trying to just rush this inhibitor. But Red Team certainly has not been afraid to fight recently, and they have no reason to fear the Blue Team. As the culling is going down, clear up the minion wave. Blue Team's going to pick up this inhibitor for sure, but what happens now is they are in the wrong base.
Oh, yeah.
Cyclone only hitting Karma, so not a great start for the Red Team, but Rise is completely caught out. It looks like he'll be the sacrifice. Now Karma actually has to sacrifice as well. This fight is going great, considering Wukong only hit one with the Cyclone, as it looked like the team just completely abandoned the Rise.
Yeah, that was... I'm not sure about that play. It would have been a great idea if the enemy team wasn't following you. Yeah. Now Red Team's going to be picking up Baron here.
And this
It's pretty much uncontested.
will almost eliminate the gold gap at this point. Blue Team will still be slightly in the lead, but we've been seeing the gold gap doesn't matter as it closes to 700. But Red Team's still been winning team fights, and Sejuani is not gonna... Oh, no, okay, they walk out of the bush, so they don't get the clean catch on Sejuani. Bomb flashes in there, Tristana's gonna jump at her. They are trying to still pick up this kill as Wukong and York are coming from the side. Sejuani is tanky and has a few dashes to spare as she has to burn the flash. They're gonna regroup and hold off as Red Team has Baron now, and they're gonna get an outer turret, or this inner turret, probably in the top lane.
Absolutely, and now they're only about 800 gold behind, but of course, like you said, it is not that big of a deal. York trying to push out top lane, but he's forced to back.
Rise flashing over the wall, throwing down the damage onto Wukong, but Wukong's pretty tanky now, and that may put Rise in a tough spot. He's no longer his flash. They are catching York out a bit, as Red Team is not even interested in helping him out. The Glacial Pitcher hits only Lulu. Rise isn't actually winning this duel, as that is what it is now, because Blue Team has abandoned it to deal with York alone. Are you kidding me? What are you doing, Lucian? That was not the bush you should be dashing into. There is a Wukong. You are dead. Wukong, and this fight is still going on now. York is 1v2ing. Are you serious? What is happening in this game? I have no voice left. Rise is going to finally take down York, I think, but Annie and Braum are coming around to stop Lulu's back. They're going to catch Lulu out. Winter's Bite just missing. Lulu is fast, though, with them Whimsy. So took it away, and this is going to be an inhibitor for Red Team. Oh, my goodness.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
I didn't think it could get more hectic, but I was wrong. Looks like Braum's gonna try and take out another turret here. Not sure if they're gonna be able to pick up an inhibitor, but
Does one go aggressive? Annie flashes in, but gets immediately Whimsy. She's gonna get the timbers off on her target, and this will actually seal her fate. She puts a lot of damage to the Karma, but the Mikhails will keep Karma alive. And now a fight finally going in Blue Team's favor, so they're probably going to pick up Wukong soon. A good juke, but that's a great help picks from Lulu onto Wukong. Another little decoy, but that's just delaying the inevitable as he goes down. 2 kills for O in that, and Blue Team finally wins a fight. No words.
This game, honestly, I mean, I'm not really sure what to say. This can still go either way.
Absolutely. You think it was, I mean, for the longest time, it looked like Blue had it in the bag, and then just the last 10, 15 minutes, it's been Red Team has to win this. Now, Blue Team's picking back up as York's taken very low. That says one ult completely wasn't even close to anything. Oh, there's a Nexus turret down for the Red Team. When did that happen? I should know. I'm kind of casting this game. But they're actually taking the Nexus turret. 2 are still dead. Are they going to win it here? That would be absurd. Lulu goes down. Lucian's trying to put as much damage. The inhibitor has spawns! They cannot take this Nexus. They're gonna lose some casualties. Sejuani has to be going down soon, right? As Rise falls down by the bot lane tower. Oh my goodness. Now, red team could push up. They have 2 people dead for at least 40 seconds. York's gonna teleport to the bottom lane, start shoving that out. There's an open inhibitor there, as he is going to wait for his team to cast. And then Lucian's gonna try to backdoor the base. I don't even know where to put the camera right now. Let's watch Lucian as he's going on this inhibitor. Ghostblade is down. He's just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way with a few auto attacks. Red team now realizes what Lucian's doing. They are basing really slowly though, and he's not gonna be able to back because Karma stops her. Braum and Wukong are trying to back. Karma doesn't see them. Lucian's there. Tristana has back, but Lucian's taking this Nexus very low. It's just one more double shot. No way! No! 150 health at tops. This game is ridiculous, as York hasn't actually even put any damage on this inhibitor yet, and he is deep in enemy territory. His Karma will get a root, and Lulu we know can see a lot, but that's a lot of damage coming up from York. Taking Karma to half health almost immediately. What is happening? Are you kidding?
I'm in complete awe. The fact he got the Nexus to 148 health, that is 1 auto attack away. If he had Ghostblade, I have no doubt he would have been able to get that one.
If the Ghostblade active was up, if he had maybe a Trinity Force to, get the Sheen proc on, or just the cooldown was a little bit shorter for another double shot.
Oh my god.
This is ridiculous. Wukong has finished off the blue buff, and now he's gonna base, and possibly, I don't know if you saw Sejuani or Rise trying to go for the, they're really trying to sneak in. They have, that ward is a bit deep into blue buff, so it wouldn't have spotted them out. There is a ward right here, though, so that will spot them out. Braum's gonna spot them out by just walking right at them. So this, the stealth attack from blue team will be spotted out. Wukong's gonna try to go aggressive. If he gets Karma, he's not gonna Cyclone just yet. He wants someone a little more important than Karma and Sejuani. Because Lucian has now respawned, but he's all the way back at the base.
You know, the funny thing is when he was on his way, running towards the base, at about the halfway point in the map, he Ghostbladed just to go a little bit faster.
Wow.
So,
this is close. He is now building a Zephyr, I think, because he has a Stinger. York taking a bit of poke, but oh my god, Lulu taking really low. She has to flash and Wild Growth. That says Sejuani lands an ultimate onto a couple. A good Cyclone coming up from Wukong, not getting the high priority targets, but still disrupting that front line as Rise is the first casualty. But Lucy is just gonna flash in, pop the Mercurial Scimitar, pop the Ghostblade. He throws out the culling for a little bit. He's gonna get this? Are you kidding? Knocked into the tower, but he gets the last auto he needs. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lucian with the huge plays as red team just could not keep track of all 5 members. It looked like they had to kill. I am out of breath. I am out of words. I am out of... I don't want to cast any more games after this one. This one was insane.
I cannot believe that he got buster shotted into the well, but he was still able to get one more auto attack.
The auto attack
off.
was in the air as he got buster shot. He would not have been able to get any more auto attacks off. And with him dead, with Rise dead, you have to think Red was going back up the middle and gonna end it their own selves. So, oh my. Good thing he got those movement speed items.
Yeah, really paid
Didn't
off.
cleanse anything with the Mercurial Scimitar, just popped it to run past everyone. Are you kidding? Oh, I don't even... Oh. So, welcome back to casting. I'm glad you got to cast this one.
This was a
On your
great
first night
game
back.
to come back to. That finish was... It wasn't even just the finish that was amazing. It was just the back and forth constant the
Such
entire game.
Crazy game. It really... I mean, they lost in the end, but you have to give so much props to the red team. 12k down at one point, climbed all the way back into the game to nearly win it, it seemed, a couple of times. And then, I mean, the finish speaks for itself. Just not just about killing champions, you just gotta get the Nexus first. And Lucian showed that. He didn't care about the team fight. He had his own target, and oh my goodness.
That was I'm still in awe. That was just a great game.
Yeah, guys, I save all these VODs. I see there's someone asking. I mean, this is a game that you can rewatch a couple times, especially the last 20 minutes. Oh, just craziness. So that was, I don't know. What to say.
I'm in the same boat right now. First game back, and you know, a game like that is just something great to see.
That's what keeps you wanting to come back for more casting, right?
Absolutely.
You can't leave again now. It's just not happening.
No, not gonna happen.
But thanks guys so much for watching this one. I'm glad you got to share that with us. Because that was pretty crazy. I don't have many more words myself. As this was the finals, of course, so blue team with their heroic Lucian making the plays in the end game, taking down that Nexus, and just red team with such a heroic fight as well. I mean, they were so far behind, and they brought it so close. Just not quite enough, but 3,200 RP for every member of the blue team. And they get Triumphant Rise as well. And 2,400 RP just for being in the final game is still a pretty decent haul for the red team. I'm Yangzuwei. This was VG Gable, back from a bit of a break. I'm just about ready to say. We're done here.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. It's been a pleasure casting with you, Yangzuwei, and
Great. Casting with you.
absolutely.
So thanks again, guys, so much for watching. Of course, these tournaments are daily. You can play tomorrow. You can play the next day. I mean, you can play every day you want. Sometimes it gets kind of full, though, as it has the past couple of days. But anyways, again, thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good night.